It's time for another pickup video. Well, this week I went up to Moncton, New Brunswick, up in Canada. It's way out there to the east. Went out there for work. Luckily I had some time in the evening, go do a little bit of retro game hunting. There wasn't a whole lot of stores up there. I did manage to hit like a Goodwill store up there, a thrift shop. Didn't really find anything. I did find one game store up there on the internet that was called Gamezilla, and basically it had some classic video games. It also had a lot of comic books and Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff up there. Luckily, while I was driving to Gamezilla, I saw a pawn shop. So I decided to stop at this pawn shop, and I found all my stuff I'm going to show you today at the pawn shop. And the pawn shop I went to was called Parlour Pawn, located at 1299 Mountain Road, Moncton, New Brunswick. And right here's their card. Got a pretty nice card. Not bad. Here's the back side of the card. Pretty cool. Really good prices on video games here. I was very impressed, and they had a really nice selection too. I didn't buy a whole lot because I really have a whole lot of room in my suitcase to carry a bunch of games back across the border. But I did pick up a few things, mainly for my collection that I've been wanting. The first one is a PlayStation game called Invasion from Beyond. Never heard of it. I looked at the back, and it looks kind of cool. Some of the screenshots back here. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'll just go ahead and pick it up. It was only $6, $6 Canadian. So give that a try, see what that's like. And I picked up a GameCube game I've been looking for. I really enjoyed, called Triggerman. And it also is a neat looking little game right there. Been looking for this one quite a while. I was pretty happy to find it. This was about $6 too. And then I found a Nintendo DSi. Pretty cool. DSi XL. Pretty good shape. This thing was pretty cheap. It was around $50 or so. So up here in the States, when I've been trying to find them, the cheapest I can find them is basically like $110 or something like that. So I was pretty happy to find this up there. It works perfectly fine. So that was a great find. Now, for the Trade It store. Trade It store, well, some same old kind of stuff here. I found a iNinja for the Sony PlayStation. It's only 99 cents. When I picked it up. And I found a Dynasty Warriors 3 for $2.99. Nothing spectacular, but I like the Dynasty Warriors series, and I don't have this one in my collection, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. But one of the nicest things I found at the Trade It this week was a complete box Shenmue for the Sega Dreamcast. So I was pretty stoked to find this. It was only $4. So that was a great find. And then lastly, I got a hold of a sealed Intellivision Lives for the Nintendo DS. This I'm sending off to SoCal Mike on the Retro Gaming Roundup podcast. He's going to have Keith Robinson sign this for me. So if you're a fan of the Intellivision, you have a Nintendo DS, you know who Keith Robinson is, then you may want to watch my contest forum in the Retro Gaming Roundup forums, because I'll be doing a contest for this once it's signed by Keith Robinson. So stay tuned for that. And then on that note, I have a current contest that's running that ends on June 22nd, and it's going to be for an Atari Touch Me handheld game. It's in really good shape. It's got a clean battery compartment. Works perfectly fine. So if you're interested in winning an Atari Touch Me handheld game, go to the Retro Gaming Roundup or GameGavel.com forums and look for the subforum Focus on the Prize for June 22nd, Atari Touch Me. And then go into that forum subthread and read what you have to do in order to win this. And try your luck at winning one of these prizes I do once a month for the podcast. So that's it for today. I want to thank you for watching.